we sort of felt like we lost ourselves. What if we can just make a difference in one more person's life? Do you want to go on medication or do you want to change your lifestyle?
Welcome to the Mindful Business Podcast, where we have conversations about building businesses while prioritizing our mental and physical health. In today's episode, I was joined by an old colleague and friend of mine, Telishia Naidoo, to discuss her journey through health challenges and holistic wellness, and how that's grown into a business, LIV 365, that her and her husband started, and the role that preventative health and holistic supplements can play in our lives.
Thank you for joining the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm very sad. Thank you for reaching out.
Yes, I was very excited. I think I've seen some of your podcasts and I was like, wow, this is really aligning with what we do and what we're trying to achieve and just getting like a message out there. And that's when I reached out.
So I know you from work. We worked in a corporate finance company together. And I left that company years ago, technically. But you only left recently.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that was our part of the journey.
Correct.
So can you tell me a little bit about how you came to be from where I met you versus where you are now?
So I think we met in this finance company and it was hardcore.
It's corporate in Johannesburg.
But corporate in Johannesburg is getting more and more harder. And when I left, it was very difficult for me because it was something that I knew, something that I was comfortable with. And I got into other corporates. And last year, Kineshia and myself, we sat down because, we've been married for almost 5 years now, but we've been together forever. And we sort of felt like we lost ourselves within our marriage because we'd come home from work and you cook and then you watch a Netflix episode.
Yeah, some kind of series.
Yes. And then you think to yourself, do I even have the energy to talk to my partner?
Yeah, you're so deflated and so drained from the busy day and you've given so much of yourself, often more than you kind of have available.
Yes.
You don't have anything left for your partner or your family.
Exactly. The energy, and we don't have kids. So we thought what if we even had kids? Now it's like bath time and rush and all of that. And by the end of the day, you don't even have the strength to do anything.
Yeah.
So we actually felt so tired and was in a slump. And Kinesh, my husband, said, I think you need to go for a check because I was feeling drained.
Oh, major fatigue.
Major fatigue. Not
in a way about I had a busy day and I'm tired, or I think there's a difference between fatigue and burnout.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So you were feeling the fatigue side of things.
Yes. And I was constantly tired. And I thought to myself, I'm getting my 7 hours of sleep. I'm going to gym. I'm eating healthy.
You're ticking all the boxes.
Yes. I was always a healthy person.
Absolutely. You were the one who motivated me to go to the gym.
Exactly.
Telicia's going, maybe I should give it a whirl.
Thanks, today. So we didn't understand. And we went to go see a doctor. So I go to the Move gym. And there was a doctor that was in the gym. So he was a wellness doctor. And I went to go see him. And I got all of these tests done. So I went for cholesterol test. I checked my blood pressure, glucose. And then I went for an ECG. And the results are
shocking,
right? So my cholesterol was sky high. It was 7.9.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna back that it sounds bad.
It's bad
okay.
Because I think your cholesterol is supposed to be below 4.
Oh my word.
Yes.
Okay, that's bad.
And the doctor's okay, this is bad.
It's not looking good.
Iron levels was extremely low.
I was gonna ask about iron because iron is I know that when I'm feeling a bit of a slump, I've got other health issues like thyroid issues, so I struggle with fatigue from that.
Okay.
But iron is a big thing for me. If I'm having some kind of a dip, then I'll have a little iron supplement.
Yes. 100% on the same page as you. My iron levels was really low. And then my blood pressure was extremely low consistently. So whenever you check my blood pressure, it was just at a low all the time. And then, and this is the first time actually talking about it with someone other than my husband and my dad, but I went for an ECG and he came back saying that I have an irregular heart rate. So
oh, wow.
I have an AFib heart rate. And the doctor was quite taken aback. I see you at the gym, eating healthy. What is happening? And so he put me on a crazy diet. He was so this was last year, hey?
Yeah.
So he was you cannot have coffee. and I almost died.
Oh no, every coffee fan's nightmare.
Because what is life
What do you
without
do?
coffee? Yes.
See, I don't drink coffee, and no one believes me
Yes.
that I don't drink coffee, and I don't really drink caffeine because
Yes.
I'm naturally hyperactive. We know that.
It's Janae, I know.
I don't need extra caffeine. It would be a disaster. But I understand everyone who drinks coffee is like,
Yes.
I just can't live without it. I don't have a
Exactly.
personality without it.
Exactly. I was like, I'm already tired. Now you
Now
want
you're
to take
taking
coffee
it
away from me. He was like, okay, no coffee, no sugar, no red meat, no prawns, no pork. And I'm like, must I just drink water?
Yeah,
Must
no,
I
you're
eat?
vegan now.
Yeah. What must I even do? He literally said, the best thing to do is become a vegetarian. I was like, no.
Vegetarians around the world are going to love that.
I know. I know.
South Africans, on the other hand, hate it.
I was very depressed.
It's a major shift.
It is.
Also, like you said, you've been living the balanced lifestyle. You work out,
Exactly.
you eat, you sleep properly, you stay
Yes.
hydrated, and yet
Yes.
you're still having the struggles. So what was the cause? Could you find out?
The A4 heart rate seems to be genetic because my mom actually died of a heart attack at like 44.
Yes.
So that's why Kinesh was like, you need to go for these tests, right? But he said to me, do you want to go on medication or do you want to change your lifestyle? And I was like, 100% changing my lifestyle. And I think it's always that thing, right? When you get faced with this big life-threatening thing. I don't think it was that life-threatening, but
No, but it's life-changing and it is
Yes.
quite daunting.
then all of a sudden you make these changes. So for me, because I'm so disciplined and because I've already been through eating healthy, it was an easier transition for me.
You were used to having a routine
Yes.
as well.
Whereas for some people, it's not that easy to change, right? Some people that are not healthy, they can't make those changes, or it's like a drastic change and it leads into depression.
It's also incredibly overwhelming, and when something feels that massive and that
Yes.
big of a change,
Yeah.
it's almost too much to deal with.
Yes.
And you don't know how to approach it in small increments, so you just don't approach it at all.
Exactly. So it's always good to start changing your life before you find out that
Yes, ideally,
things are bad.
but that's often not the case.
So this doctor introduced us to herbal medication. He introduced us to moringa, ashwagandha, and brahmi. So the moringa for me worked because that helped me with energy. And it helped me because now I was in this coffee slump. I couldn't drink coffee. And I was actually having withdrawal symptoms for the first
Really?
week. I felt like a drug addict today.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that a lot of people use caffeine in that way. It wakes them up in the morning, it makes them functional, and then they'll have maybe
Exactly.
3-4 cups a day.
Exactly.
It is, you don't know what your state of being is without it, so I can imagine
Yes.
there is some kind of withdrawal that
Yes.
comes from it.
So I started taking moringa, and
Is that in like a capsule form?
Yes.
How do you take that?
capsule form.
Right.
And he introduced this to us, right? And for me, it was like the coffee would give me that energy until 3 o'clock, and then a dump, right? A dump. Is that the right word?
Slump.
A slump.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
A slump. And then you would want to take have another cup of coffee, but then the caffeine keeps you up and you can't sleep.
It's not sustainable or consistent, or
Yes.
it still feels somewhat unnatural.
100%. Now, when we started taking the moringa, it was more of like a steady energy type, okay?
Did you find that it was slightly lower than the caffeine level of
Yes.
energy, but it was reliable?
Yes, it was steady throughout the day. There was no slump. There was no like, you get brain fog after like a certain time. No brain fog. And Kinesh was taking ashwagandha because he was very, like, he's overstimulant. So his brain doesn't shut off at night. He wasn't sleeping well. And he started the ashwagandha, and that sort of relaxed him, less stressed, and he could sleep and perform better the next day.
And are you taking these capsules daily now?
Yes, so I take moringa once a day. He takes his ashwagandha when he needs it,
Right.
but he takes moringa once a day. So he stopped drinking coffee because I stopped, and he just wanted to be like a super partner.
Oh, good for him.
I know. Shame, I'm lucky.
Yeah, naughty bad.
Exactly. So this is how we started Live 365.
Yes, so you've had this experience with these
Yes.
herbal supplements, and you're seeing a difference of,
Yes.
okay, caffeine, other
Yes.
medication, things like that. Now you're like,
Yes.
oh, this is actually really
Exactly.
working.
Exactly.
So what made you want to turn this kind of new experience with herbal medicine into a business now?
So I think Kinesh and I have always been very entrepreneurial throughout our lives. We've really tried and tested different businesses. And it's something that we're really passionate about. I have a certification in fitness and health. Like, I'm a personal trainer. And Kinesh has, I think he walked out of his mother's womb going to the gym. Okay. So he knows more about it than me, and I have the certification.
That's crazy.
Exactly. So I always go to him for advice. Nonetheless, we've always wanted to help people. So we thought, okay, this is our experience, and like, this is how we're feeling. And we look around us and we see people are tired, people are stressed.
Especially knowing it from being in the corporate world.
Yes.
As well. You see that on a daily basis.
Yes.
But you also see and hear a lot of their coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Which a lot of them are very unhealthy.
Exactly. And we thought to ourselves, what if we can just make a difference in one more person's life? And we approached the doctor and we asked him, like, can we use his name, Dr. Singh? And can we create a brand out of this? And he was like, go for it. So he showed us his suppliers, and we created the name LIV 365 as the business name, because Kinesh thought to himself, I don't want to just live when we're on holiday. I want to be able to live every day of the year.
Feel the same energy, health, enjoyment.
Exactly.
Not just when you're having the break or the weekend or the holiday,
yes.
but even when you're at work and living the day-to-day as well.
Just being excited to get up every day for work, And so we started this journey. We started testing the products, and we got charcoal and then Brahmi, as I mentioned.
Brahmi is the only one that I don't know the name of that.
Yes. So I think other people sell Brahmi, but they make it like a relatable to how you experience, to what you're experiencing. So Brahmi is very similar to ashwagandha. It's a herbal plant as well. That's, I think, grown in India. And it helps you with like memory. So your brain fog helps you with memory, helps you with stress. Also helps regulate hormones, and it's really good for ladies that are going through menopause.
I was going to say, that sounds great.
Yes. So we are trying to introduce Brahmi into the world of South Africa.
Is it something that needs a little bit more explanation? Like, for example, because I haven't heard of it.
Yes.
Like the focus one, I think for me, I know lion's mane.
Yes.
My boyfriend puts drops of that in his water during the day sometimes. Yeah. But Brahmi I haven't heard of. Yes. How do you spell that?
Brahmi. Brahmi.
Okay.
Yes. And so we started taking it, we tested it, and we went to market. And the feedback we're already getting is phenomenal. So some people are taking like the moringa in the morning instead of a pre-workout. And pre-workouts like boost you, hey? So they actually popping to moringa before gym session, and they're like, no, we're loving this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm looking for a substitute for pre-workout because I know how hectic it is.
It is.
But I do boxing now and I love it. That's with Alan from the previous episode.
Yes.
But I often, if I've had a long day, I take a measure of pre-workout because, again, I'm naturally caffeinated.
Yes.
And don't feel like I need more of that, otherwise I will not sleep.
Yes.
But I'd love a substitute, so I'm going to try that.
Yes, thanks.
Awesome.
So, pre-workout just during the day, and we've been getting good feedback. So then we thought, okay, let's create a website. And we started getting orders in. And then we're like, okay, well, Takealot is next, right? So
entrepreneurial mind.
Jumped onto Takealot and Takealot as well. And it's not that feeling of us making money. It's the feeling of, I just sat with Kinesh the other day and going through the stats of our Takealot orders. And we're like, Kinesh, this is complete strangers that are purchasing our product.
Because they trust you as well.
They trust us. And they're enjoying it. And it makes us feel good that we're just making a difference in one more person's life.
Well, that's it. You get to see a visual representation of the reach of a difference that the products are making for your life.
Exactly.
So you can feel confident in knowing that you're helping those people.
Yes.
That's amazing.
100%. So, that's where LIV 365 came from. It was our personal journey. A little update on my health. I feel 10 times better. I've changed my diet. I'm taking my supplements in the morning. I am on iron medication. However, the moringa also picks up my iron levels. And I just feel better all round, I don't even want coffee anymore. I'm done with coffee.
So you had a withdrawal and now you're not craving it anymore.
I'm done with coffee. Kinesh is like, if the doctor says, do you want to go back on having caffeine? And I was like, I'm actually fine without it. I'm just so energetic as well. And I feel good, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said your diet has changed. Did you take on, did you cut out everything that the doctor initially suggested, or what does your diet kind of look like now?
Sure. So I have stopped having a lot of cheese because that's high in fats. I'll have pork maybe once in 2 or 3 weeks.
Is this a cholesterol focus now?
Yes, this is the cholesterol.
So we're looking at like decisions for different issues.
Yes. I have increased my salt intake for my pressure, but not too much to create water retention, right? So it's a very balanced sort of, I've been tracking my calories every day, and I actually lost quite a bit of weight from this journey. And I don't eat a lot of sweet things. So no sugar.
I am more of a savory tooth than a sweet tooth. Which is, it sounds great, I think. That being said, I still have holes in my teeth. I can feel it. I don't know what that's from. but it does make it a little less, like, tricky to navigate things like that. Like, I don't really crave chocolate and stuff, but I can demolish a bag of Doritos.
Okay.
Like, demolish
Doritos.
The balance.
But you see, like, that's high in sugar because there's sugar in Doritos.
I know.
So that's the thing. Like, a lot of people say, oh, but I don't have sugar in my coffee, so I'm fine. And I'm like, you don't even understand.
What sugar is in everything.
The sugar is in every single
Don't tell me that there's sugar in Doritos, babe.
There is. I am sorry, but we are having an open and honest conversation today.
I mean, I don't mind and I'm not too stressed about it, but I was like, I don't have a sweet tooth. How much sugar is in Doritos?
But I mean, you don't eat Doritos every single day. It's like,
none. I don't. I don't. Every weekend.
It's fine. Moderation.
I live my life by moderation
Yes.
and I had this conversation with Richard last week.
Yeah.
Well, during the week. I was like, what do you want for lunch? Make a caramelized onion and toasted cheese sandwich. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, I might just have some Future Life. And I was like, but that's so boring. He was like, well, sometimes I eat for taste and other times I eat for function. And I was like,
yes.
Excuse me? I always eat for taste. 99% of the time, food is for tasting good. And if it doesn't taste good, I don't really want to eat it.
100%.
So we have a difference on that.
Yeah.
But I do believe in moderation.
No.
So.
And that's the thing. So I changed my diet, but I still have like a sneaky snack here and there, And then when people see that, they're like, oh, you're eating this? And I'm like, I'm also human.
Yeah.
I also want
to enjoy
the chocolate.
life.
Yes, come on. I'm just saying don't do it every day,
Yeah. And I think that like, I'm going to get dietitians in to come speak to us as well, but I think that that's a general approach to is, look, you've got to cut this out, but it doesn't mean you can't have things anymore. My friend went to a dietitian a couple of years ago and she was like, flings, fantastic. Get that salty craving, but it's less.
Yeah.
Kit Kat, great. Any wafer chocolate, it's less dense than like a bar one or something.
Yes.
So you can still have that chocolate fix, but it doesn't have to be the most intense tempo, for example.
Exactly.
So it doesn't mean cut out the things you like in life as well.
So what we're also trying to do is within our brand, we have a TikTok page, an Instagram page, which I'll give you all.
Yes, we'll add all the links and handles and everything.
And within our page, we're doing educational content
Yes.
where we're saying, instead of having this, try this. Or this has so much sugar in it. Or, like these are foods that'll pick up your iron levels. Just so that again, it's not just about making money. It's about teaching.
Sharing what you've learned as well.
Yes.
What I was going to ask is it, because you've been in this space and you're kind of aware of the balanced lifestyle, food, exercise, things like that.
Yeah.
But you've learned so much over the last couple of years. Has it at any time felt insanely overwhelming, a bit too daunting? Like, how do I even begin to approach this?
100%. Again, that's like the human aspect of things, right? We have so much of knowledge and I'm still learning. Like, I will go onto Instagram and we follow a lot of doctor pages and health and wellness pages. And there's things where I say, Kinesh, like, did you know this?
I found something new. And you've also got to be so careful about what's on the internet too. It's not just blindly trusting, because they are. The health and wellness content world is entirely oversaturated now.
Yes.
With a lot of scare tactics, fear mongering, rage baiting, things like that. Now you've got to try and create a reliable space on the internet.
Correct.
With stuff that is tried, tested, proven.
Yes. So that's the thing. We have to fact check everything. So when I heard, for example, because now I'm going through this, right? With this whole having low iron, everywhere is saying you must pair iron with citrus because it absorbs into your body better.
Right. Have you seen those little AI videos? I was like, hi, I'm calcium. I work best with such and such.
It actually annoys me so much.
I never know if I should trust them.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? I see you, but I also... My friends are dietitians.
Yeah.
Probably just go talk to them.
Yes.
Get the professionals' advice.
Exactly. And that's what we did. So I went to my doctor and I'm like, so is this true? And he's like, yes, it is true.
Okay.
And I would research. So everything that I post, I research.
Yeah. You've got the facts to back it up.
Yes. And because we don't want to give, we don't want to give content that's just going to get us views or boost our social media. We just want to give reliable content. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be factual. And that's just what we're trying to do. Yeah. It is overwhelming, to answer your question, because there's so much information out there.
I was going to ask, for someone who, maybe it hasn't got to the point yet where they've had a health scare but they're kind of just waking up to the idea of maybe I should consider, a balanced lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where would be the least daunting, if that's at all possible, place to start? Is it exercise? Is it health? Is it going to your doctor? I mean, obviously, it's probably seeking actual, a medical professional just to get a general overview.
Yeah.
But if you don't have medical aid, sometimes that's not always possible. Do you think that diet or exercise is the easiest way to start?
Yes. So I think... Look, where I started, I always pull from my own experiences, right? But you start small, start just increasing your water intake. Don't go drastic and say, I'm going to cut out all sugar or I'm going to stop eating all takeout. That's unrealistic. And it's
not sustainable either, because then you hate it and then you bail and you're like, well, I'm never doing that again.
Exactly. That's where people fall. They're like, go to the extreme, and then they're like, I actually can't maintain this. This is horrible.
Yeah, because they've gone from 0 to 180.
Yeah. Eating broccoli and grilled chicken. It's obviously going to taste disgusting.
Oh my gosh. There's a diet that a friend of mine did. It was spinach and boiled eggs, and I was like, great, so you just hate food.
Yes.
Basically.
Look.
I was at dinner, I think, every night. I was like,
exactly.
I mean, it had a purpose, but it wasn't sustainable, and she knew that as well. She didn't maintain it, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
And you don't want to live life like that, right?
That's not really living life.
No. So I would say small changes. Don't also go to the gym and just start pumping iron. Go and take a 20-minute walk. Walk around your garden just to have some exercise, movement. Now I have to do Pilates. That's drastic changes. You're gonna get hurt, first of all, if you're not knowing what to do. And then start seeing what you enjoy. Some people enjoy yoga. Some people enjoy lifting weights. Some people want to do this high rocks thing, which is extreme.
Yeah, I think you've got to try and see what works for you.
Yes, exactly. Something can work for me and might not work for you, So small changes, and don't be drastic. Don't do it overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
build
seek
up.
help. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is like what we're saying as well, there's so much on the internet.
Yes.
I think that has become the default advice source. When someone's like, oh, I'm struggling with this, let me Google it.
Yes.
Or let me see what's on Instagram.
Yes.
And you just blindly trust what you see. And I think that there's nothing wrong with absorbing the content, because it's there and you don't have too much of a choice in it. But it's having the critical thinking skills to say, I see that.
Yes.
Let me research it factually, or let me go speak to a professional about it, not just blindly trusting what you see on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
Because we know there's a lot of nonsense in that space as well, and it just makes it what is already a confusing and quite overwhelming world is just made 10 times worse by a bunch of people with random opinions on the internet. But what I like about like the way you approach things is you've had this personal experience, you've gone to a doctor, you've tried out different things, and it's not just saying this is what I've experienced, it's what I've experienced plus the facts and plus the research, and now you've created a product or products that can help other people with it. Are you going to expand the product range?
We are. So we are doing some testing. Because I also have PCOS. My gosh, the list is endless of my issues.
Yeah.
But I have PCOS, so I'm testing a natural PCOS supplement that will help with like the pain and making your cycle a bit regular. And then we're testing out an iron supplement as well. And then we're looking at vitamin C. So again, before we launch any product, we try and test it. We're also open to doing Shilajit. We have the product, so we're also testing that, and we're hoping to hit the market in like a month's time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's the experience like of starting a business as well? How's that been?
Oh,
on top of all the health and everything that you're going through, you're starting and running a business, an e-commerce business.
Yes.
What has that been?
It's been a roller coaster, Janae. Oh gosh, some people make it look so easy, but it is.
I'd love to have an actual conversation with those people too, because once you sit them down and go, actually tell me everything, they're like, you know what, it's been really hard.
Yeah, exactly. So we make it look easy, but it is very difficult. We up late nights, early mornings, there's content, and there's two of us, it's me and my husband, and we're doing everything. So it's testing, it's making sure our suppliers are legit, it's making sure that we constantly always have product, but it's been so fun and it has brought us together.
It's amazing because we started off this whole conversation with you guys were getting back from work, not having energy, not having time for each other at all.
Yeah.
But now you have not just time for each other, you have time for the business, and you're doing it together late into the night and early morning, when before you didn't even have the energy to do nothing after work.
Exactly.
And that's that lifestyle shift as well.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted like a healthier lifestyle for us, mentally, physically, just a full, well-being. And we now get excited to see one another, and we're not so tired and we're not so stressed because of the supplements that we
despite the stresses and the challenges of building a business.
Exactly.
You have this stability and this foundation that you 100%. Can handle it when it is tough and when it is a lot.
Yes.
Is it something that you're kind of having a building phase at the moment and then you want to plateau at some point, or are you just going to build and build and build?
So we want a bit of a calmer life. We want to build it to a point where we can say, sure, let's go on holiday and, the orders are going to come.
Yeah.
And let's actually take half the day off and let's go sit and have a picnic.
But you've got to do the work now to make that possible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think that a lot of people become self-employed or business owners and they think, well, this is the end goal lifestyle I'm already starting to live now, but they don't have the infrastructure or the support systems or the income or the business foundation to support that lifestyle yet.
100%.
And then that's why it doesn't really take off the way they think it's going to. So you've got to put that initial effort in. You've got to work really hard and work those late nights. At the time now, you don't have kids, you've got that energy.
Yes.
You have that stable lifestyle and that stable energy now.
Yeah.
So you can actively build towards the goal that you want to have. That's amazing.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Mindful Business Podcast. If this resonates with you, please follow along, share it with a friend or a family member who you think could benefit from it. Leave a review, a comment, a question. I'd love to hear from you. What are you struggling with? What do you want to know about? Also, don't forget to take a break today. You're allowed to go at your own pace. See you next time.